Cooties, man.
Yeah.
I think you dig it, dude. It's
Really?
Ow.
Cody, are you okay?
I'm all right. Keep playing. Don't look at me. Just keep playing.
You gotta watch out for that table, man.
That's all right. I don't have an ankle anymore, but that's fine. It's Elijah Wood and Rainn Wilson.
Oh, okay.
And it's basically about teachers when there's a zombie-like outbreak in a school.
Oh.
And all of the kids become infected, but it doesn't really affect the adults.
So it's like a power fantasy for adults. Like you're gonna finally get to murder these kids.
Yeah, pretty much. They set it up that way too, that the kids are just
Assholes.
jerks. Yeah, they're just little
Of
jerks.
course, because they're kids. They're high school students. That's all you. That's all you have to say.
Not even high school, man.
Oh, really? Even worse.
No. They're like legit kids. It's like grade school.
Because at least in high school you have sex to distract you, but when you're like in grade school, like they're just straight psychopaths at that point.
Exactly. So it was interesting. It was watchable.
Yeah.
But the girls didn't like it because the opening is pretty gross. It follows basically the construction of a chicken McNugget.
Oh well, that you don't like chicken McNuggets? Don't eat them.
Yeah. It follows the construction of a chicken, and obviously it's the movie version of a construction, and it's meant to be sort of gross and off-putting. But it was so gross and off-putting that it basically messed up the movie for them.
Oh.
Like, but the movie was good. And they're like, yeah, but that opening was awful. I'm like, the rest of the movie was good.
Yeah.
Like, nope, they just tuned it out. I'm like, well, whatever. If you like weird horror movies, I'm sure it'll be on Netflix soon if it's not already on Netflix.
I'll check
I
it
don't
out.
remember watch. I think he bought it, but it's good times.
Yeah. You know, like you're saying, like they don't really make very many good horror movies. Honestly, there's a lot of shite sci-fi movies too. Like both those genres, it just seems like people can just put out schlock and it's okay.
Yeah, same thing, man. Genre is one of those things where it's tough because there are a lot of fans who will just eat anything.
Yeah.
Like, oh, it's got a guy with a sword in it and there's dragons, so obviously it's good. And it's like, no.
Yeah.
No, there's a lot of shit that's awful.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Well, like Moon. Moon is a sci-fi movie, but honestly, the sci-fi element is only really applicable at like the last 3 or 4% of the movie. Like most of the movie could happen anywhere else.
Right.
And it would still be just as intense. The only reason it's sci-fi is so they can drive the plot.
Yeah, and I think that's a good film, right? Like, the best zombie films aren't about the zombies.
Yeah.
The best monster movies aren't necessarily about the monsters.
Yeah. It's character development.
Jaws is about the people.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there's a big fucking shark that eats people, but it's about Brody and Quint and like. And so yeah, those are the best movies.
Yeah.
It's always the horror element is not necessarily an afterthought, but it's not the driving. Not the driving thing behind the story.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So, if you're a young filmmaker, please, of our 6 subscribers, if one of you is a young filmmaker, and your name is Theodore, how did I know?
Oh, Theodore, we're talking to you.
That's right.
You know, if the guy that made The Room can make The Room, anyone can make a film, essentially, right? So, Birdemic, The Room.
Here's the thing, though. You have to be an insane, like, narcissist.
Oh, man.
To get shit like that made, because you're stepping over so many people to get your terrible movie made.
Yeah.
And that's the problem. Yeah. Like, yeah, you want to make a film, like, anybody can make a film, especially now when you can shoot on an iPhone. Like, that's not as much of a problem, but it's getting everybody involved, because it's very hard to make a film, unless you're Robert Rodriguez, to make a film with just, like, 2 or 3 people. Like, you really entangle the lives of a bunch of people for your narcissistic whatevers.
Yeah.
It's a tough deal.
Yeah. Yeah, it's rough getting people to go along with it unless you're paying them. Like, if you're paying people, they're on board. But if you're not paying people, or at least not paying them much, it's hard to get them to go along.
Yeah. And making film for money is still tough, because as DVDs go away, the distribution and all that stuff and ways of getting money, like, it hasn't solidified again.
Yeah.
It was solid for a long time with VHS and then DVD.
Yeah.
And then Blu-ray or whatever. But now with all the on-demand streaming services and everything, and the loss of like rental places.
Yeah.
The direct ways of getting revenue for a film is starting to dissolve. So if you make something, it used to be like there was a path that you could take that was a very well-trodden path of like, this is how you make money when you've made a film.
Theaters, then VHS, then remastered, then VH. Yeah.
They would know like this is how much, and then this is how much you get by the different territories.
Yeah.
All that stuff. Nowadays, not so much. Nowadays, it's like, well, maybe we can get $200 from this country, and we can get this much from this one. Maybe on demand, it can make this much. It's like, fuck, man. It's a lot of maybe, you know?
And, you know, it's the internet in general, you know? It's like nobody really knows how this thing works yet. You know, we're still just figuring everything out.
Yeah, and it's better now than it's ever been as far as commerce and stuff, now that we have, you know, ways of people to make content and get paid for it through YouTube and Twitch and all that stuff. Like, it's starting to solidify with the abilities that people have to...
And that's what's great. Oh, look, I can see how much health she has down there now. They added that. Nice.
Thanks.
Thanks
for
her
that.
last 3,000. Thanks, guys at Rabi-Ribi. Because you get down to the last bar and be like, oh, how long till she's dead? No, but yeah, exactly. Like, the studios no longer control content.
Right.
And so stuff will be able to evolve and adapt to meet what people want. And the people will decide what's popular. You won't have the big record executives, or I should say the big movie execs, like coming in and stepping all over your movie because they have a great idea.
Right. Yeah, the days of the hairdresser turned producer who wants to screw up the movie because he's got big ideas.
Yeah.
I'm like, unless they involve hairstyles, shut up.
Yeah, you know why you're not a producer? Because you haven't had a good idea yet. If you had a good idea, you'd write a script, and then somebody would go, that's a good idea, and then make your movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, everybody wants to be famous, and everybody wants to have a say, and blah, blah, blah. Oh, shit, I went right into that.
This is the longest boss fight I think we've ever done.
Oh, it might be, and they're only going to get longer from here. But
it's just so ridiculous.
I've been doing well, honestly. I've got
you have been doing well, but it's just, I think it's getting to the point where it's outside of fun.
This game is becoming outside of fun.
You know what I mean?
It's just going on too long.
This is fun, and we just stepped over that line.
What's that Benjamin Franklin said about guests in video games? And they're like dead fish. After 3 days, they begin to stink.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yes. This is really fun, but we should probably stop now before we murder you. Ribbon was right. This was no game. Oh, it was the game. A game of death.
Yeah.
Yeah, why you say that? It was fun, wasn't it?
Fun kicking my ass. Are you satisfied now, Miss Knife? We're a bit tired.
No way! You done already? That was just round one.
Jesus Christ, there better not be a round two. I will throw my controller at the TV right now. Dot, 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 dot.
Dot, 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 dot.
This guy gets paid by the screen. The guy who does the dialogue gets paid by the screen.
So well, I guess that'll do. I don't get to play with the others much. Just Rita.
Oh, so she knows Rita. Great.
Rita Repulsa from the Power Rangers.
Yeah, right.
You don't look like bad people, so I can help you. But I must tell you my little sister first.
No, there's no you.
I must tell my little sister first.
See, it's hard because it's like, yeah.
Sometimes reading is tough, all right? Let's just say this. I read at a 3rd grade level, and sometimes it's tough.
I challenge anybody to read anything out loud for any period of time, and then do it in a voice.
Do it in a voice.
Good luck. Little sister? Yes, you should probably let her know first.
Hey, does your little sister know magic too? If she does, can you get her to help too? Does that mean that we can fight her also? That means we'll get 2 helpers. Two helpers for the price of 1.
Yep.
I don't see a problem, but why isn't Nixie back yet? It's been a while. She should be back by now.
Nixie sounds hot.
How about this? I'll go find my little sister. When I find her, we'll go straight to Rabi-Ribi. Not town. We're just gonna go straight
to Rabi-Ribi. Yeah, that sounds good. Thank you, Miss Knife. We really appreciate your help.
Thank you for playing with me too.
Oh my.
I'm off then. Now there's Nixie. Now where's Nixie? I'm bad with the words today.
I know, it's hard, man. You gotta do a voice, and you gotta read it.